ildocumentario.it è presente qua alla premiere di Los Angeles di Waiting for Superman e stiamo per intervistare il regista e tutti gli altri ospiti che stanno per arrivare sul red carpet. How do you think the system is discriminating students? Who is discriminating?
Well, we've got a lot of poor children, particularly poor children of color, who end up not getting a great education. People really rebel about paying for a great education, but they don't rebel about paying $35,000 or $40,000 a year when these kids end up not being able to get jobs and end up in jails and prisons. People can do it. They can recognize that this is a national crisis. This is not just local in their community, but it's something happening all over the country, which means that we've got to call for big solutions. The second thing is we think that they're going to see things that are working, and we have ways of dealing with this issue. We've just got to make sure we do it.
Well, you know, I think music is an important part of education. I think music can be inspiring. It can bring out the best in kids. It can teach them something about themselves, teach them something about working in a team. It can really unlock their potential. I think music is an important part of education. And music is an important part of this film, too, and I'm glad I was able to write a song for this film. I just thought about the kids in the film, and their stories are so important, and I wanted to try to be an advocate for them in this song.
I think, you know, every country is built on a foundation, and the foundation is how do you educate your people. And you know, when you have problems like bad energy policy, you know, there's this oil spill, you know, no health care for people, it's because I believe that people aren't educated right, and we don't have enough people demanding what's good and what's right. Because, you know, we're a democracy. We're one of the best democracies in the world, but democracy depends on people to be educated and to be smart and to demand a lot from their country. And that's why I think when you say, you know, people love America, but more and more people are saying, what are they doing? That's not America. And I think that's because we're not educating our kids right. And Lesley and I made the movie The Inconvenient Truth, and we saw how a little movie can really wake people up and actually become a place where people gather to make change. So I'm very hopeful. And the response to this movie has been the same. So, you know, Paramount is releasing it, so I'm very excited.
Why now? I think because education is ground zero for our economic problems, for poverty, for global warming, for healthcare. I mean, we can't solve these other complex problems if we don't have an educated society, both domestically and internationally. So I think now is the perfect time. I mean, it's ground zero for all the problems. Well, you can go to waitingforsuperman.com, and there are two paths that you can take, whatever appeals to you. You can help a school, and you can pick a school in your local neighborhood, or you can choose to fix the system, and then you can go that route as well. And there's literally hundreds of options of things that you can do, whether it's volunteering or mentoring or becoming a teacher. How about becoming a teacher? Al Gore, amazing teacher. And when we were making an Inconvenient Truth, we would sit for hours at a time in the house with both him and Tipper, and he would argue for why we needed this slide or that slide, remember the slideshow? Sure. And why we needed all of those. And his arguments were always very lucid and made sense, but we would say, we can't have a 4-hour movie, you know, we have to cut some of these. Yeah. But he always had these logical reasons, and he really taught us a lot about how information can be presented in a way that complex problems can be understood.